श्रीमान् वेंकटनाथार्य कवितार्किक केसरी वेदांताचार्यवर्यो मे सन्निधत्तां सदा हृदि रामानुजदया पात्रं ज्ञानवैराग्यभूषणं श्रीमद्वेंकटनाथार्यं वन्दे वेदान्तदेशिकं नीलातुङ्गस्तनगिरितटी शुद्धमुद्बोध्य कृष्णं पारार्त्यं स्वं श्रुतिशतशिरसिद्धमध्यापयन्ति स्वोच्छिष्टायां सजनिगलितं याबलाकृत्य भुङ्क्ते गोदा तस्यै नमैदमिदं भूय एवास्तु भूयः अन्नवयल पुதுவை ஆண்டாள் அரங்கற்கு பன்னு திருப்பாவை பல்பதியம் இன்னிசையால் பாடிக் கொடுத்தாள் நற்பாமாலை பூமாலை சூடிக் கொடுத்தாளைச் சொல்லு சூடிக் கொடுத்த சுடர்கொடிய தொல்பாவை பாடி அருளவல்ல பல்வளையாய் நாடினி வெங்கடவர்க்கென்ன விதி என்ற இம்மாற்றம் நாம் கடவா வண்ணமே நல்கு. Today we have reached the last pasuram, the concluding pasuram of Tiruppavai, the 30th pasuram. vangak kadaindha madhavanai keshavanai tingal திருமுகத்து செய்யிழையார் சென்றிறைஞ்சி அங்கப்பறை கொண்ட வாற்றை அணிபுதுவை பைங்கமலத் தண்டெறியல் பட்டபிரான் கோதை சொன்ன சங்கத் தமிழ் மாலை 30 தப்பாமே இங்கு இப்பரிசுரைப்பார் ஈரிரண்டு மால்வரைத்தோள் செங்கண் திருமுகத்து செல்வத் திருமாலால் எங்கும் திருவருள் பெற்று இன்புருவர் எம்பாவாய். So the last pasuram is sung on her own, not in the role of Gopika or not in the garb of Gopika. So in the earlier pasuram, Gopikas were woken up. They performed a Sharanagati Puja along with Krishna as instructed by elders. They performed the Nonbu. Later they prayed to Kannan what they want, actually performing unconditional Sharanagati at his lotus feet. They were granted Abhayam by him. They were granted do not fear Abhayam by him and appealed only for savifying and paying obeisance to him. His lotus feet forever. Andal sang Uttromeyamum Umakke Namaachivum Matranam Kamangal Matre. She imagined the nombu of these gopikas and in their roles sang all these pasurams so divinely. So many inner meanings, more meanings, the essence, Vedic essence, Upanishadic thoughts, everything is encapsulated, enshrined in this 30 verses. Sharanagatas who recite these 30 pasurams daily are blessed to keep any further papam away from them being committed. And even if they commit due to their karma, this recitation becomes the prayashchitta for those inadvertent papams. So these verses purify the people, prapannas, even post prapatti, even post Sharanagati period. Vangak kadaindha madhavanai keshavanai. Sriman Narayanan along with Lakshmi reclining on the Adisheshan in the Milky Ocean, Park Kadal. He is like a huge ship. Vangam means ship. He is like a huge ship which takes us to the other shore, which take us from the samsara sagaram. We are all deeply immersed and drowning in the samsara sagaram without knowing its shore, where the shore is, without having any hold. But he is there readily. He is such a compassionate ship. This milky ocean was churned by the Lord along with Devas on one side, Asuras on the other side. He joined the Deva Goshti and churned. His curly, dark, beautiful tresses became disorderly due to his efforts, and that fell on his shining forehead, the crescent moon-like forehead. Thus the hair, the tresses fell on the forehead and became Keshavan. When the ocean was churned, before the nectar came, Lakshmi arose from there like the lightning beauty. She went straight to Lord Sriman Narayana and resided in his chest, saying, just being where I should be. This is where I should be. I will grant you all recommendation Jivatmas and whatever that you all wish for. Hence, he became Madhavan, Sriyapati. Pashyatam sarva devanam yayau vakshasthalam harehe. When all devas were witnessing, she went and seated herself in his vakshasthalam. Sriman Narayana has now appeared as Sri Krishnan of Nandakula. Vedanta Sagaram Krishna Swayam Lokahitayavai. Mamanta Partha Dandena Gitamritam Abhut Subham. The same Keshavan Madhavan has now become Kannan. Churned the Vedanta Sagaram, the ocean. Like the poison and nectar came out of the churning, the poison was consumed by Rudran, Shivan, and showed his gratefulness to the Lord. The nectar was consumed by Devas. The Lakshmi Pen Namudu was taken up by Sriman Narayana. She went to Sriman Narayana and good things came out. Narayana gave birth to Chaturmukha Brahma. Brahma became the father of Rudran. Thus he became Keshavan. He destroyed the Kesya Asura, hence he became Keshavan. Klesha Nashan, the destroyer of all Klesham, all Papams, all confusion, hence he is Keshavan. When the Upanishad and Purusha Suktam were churned, we found the Madhavan, Lakshmipati, Sriyapati. Madhavan per solluvade ottin churukku Tirumazhi says. The essence of Veda is nothing but the name of Sriyapati, Sriman Narayana, which is Madhavan. Gita, Bhagavad Gita has anything and everything about. Thereby, Jivatmas can be blessed to attain salvation in the end. The Gita thus becomes the Amritam for all Jivatmas. The Charama Slokam alone is adequate for one to get salvation by doing what is said in the Charama Slokam, 18th chapter, 66th Slokam. Thus, it became Gita Amrita. So, like the Lord as ship in Kshetrabdi, enabling the Jivatmas to cross over the Samsara Sagaram, just like Thiruvalluvar said, Piravi Peringadal Ninduvar, Nindar Iraivanadi Sheradar. People would cross the ocean, and those who would not cross the ocean, or those who do not surrender to the lotus feet, would not cross the ocean of Piravi Peringadal, the Samsara Sagar. So if you surrender, you are destined to cross. Vedanta Sagaram is also full of ships. There are 32 Brahma Vidyas, and in each Vidya, Brahman, the Lord Sriman Narayana, is glorified, praised with its respective Kalyana Gunams. And the Vidya instructs us to do Dhyanam accordingly. When the performance of such Dhyanam gets completed, Perumal enables through the performance of Vidya, the Upasakas, the worshipper, the doers of the Dhyanam to cross over the Samsara Sagar. Thus, through these 32 Vidyas, he shows himself as Lakshmi Kantan and shows himself in Vedanta Sagaram. There are ships in this Sagaram as well. Out of these 32 Vidyas, one is Sharanagati Vidya. Others are known as Bhakti Yoga Vidyas. So, one is Sharanagati Vidya, other Vidyas are known as Bhakti Yoga Vidyas. Thus, churning Vedanta Sagaram, the Lord gives us Gita Amritam, and he shows himself as Madhavan and Keshavan. To such greatest Kannan, the most compassionate one, these unparalleled beautiful girls of Gopakumaris, those who wear most shining and beautiful ornaments, who are blessed to be in the most auspicious Kalyana Gunams, auspicious attributes, sang and praised in different ways. Andal imagined herself in so many thousands of gopikas and sang all these praises and pasurams, so that she is the one, Say Ilayar, who went and prayed to Kannan after waking him up. How did she praise? Ayardam Vilakke, Male Manivanna, Ulagalanda Umbar Komane, and praised, uttering his greatest qualities and supreme position. So these Jivatmas, Samsaris who are deeply caught, trapped, drowning in Samsaric Sagaram, Samsaric ocean, samsaric afflictions in order to save them and enable them to attain moksham using the peerless, unparalleled acharyas as the matti wooden shaft. Kannan churned the samsara sagaram, removed the dirt of jivatmas completely using the matti, the stick which churns, and get the sweetest nectar, the mokshanandam at Sri Vaikuntham. As well, here itself, being in the grace of such acharyas in the Prapanjam, in this earth, being under the spell of Sriman Narayana through the Divyamangala Vigraham in Archa, as Archamurti in the temple, as Archamurti in the Shaligramam in our home, you did all this Krishna through your Gita Amritam and Charma Slokam, says Andal. So you are the most compassionate one, Madhava, Keshava. Sarvopanishado Ghavaha Tokta Gopala Nandanaha Partho Vatsa Sudhir Bhokta Tuktam Gita-amritam Mahat. So all Upanishads are the large cows that give milk uninterruptedly to us. The Upanishads are like the cows that give milk, jnanam, to us. And they never fail to do so. Those who do not know how to milk get, of course, kicked by those cows, thus being misled by the Upanishads, not getting the milk thereby. Sometimes those who know milking do not wash the nipples and get dirty milk, which cannot be drunk also. Kanna, you took birth in cowherd group, knowing how to milk. You most beautifully milked those huge cattle Upanishads with the calf Arjuna as an excuse, as a pretext, and you filled 18 large vessels with milk, 18 chapters of Gita. You offered that milk to the capable one who can drink, digest them, the scholars, the jnanavans, the bhakti yogis, etc. The milk is Gita Amritam. Also churning this milk, you brought the tasty butter, which is Vennai, the Prapatti, Sharanagati, easy to consume and tastier as well. You are such a Parama Dayalu, Kripakaran, Karunakara, Dayanidhi, the most merciful one and the most compassionate one. So this Tiruppavai is sung by none other than Bhumi Piratti herself, who appeared as a small girl in the garden of Sri Villiputtur, Bhattar Periyalvar, and became his daughter. She is an Ayonija. She is not born of a human womb. From the day she appeared, she was devoted and interested in Kannan and none else. She is the daughter of Bhagavata Shrestha Periyalvar, the one who wears the garland of lotus beads in his chest. He is Bhattar of Villiputtur, which is like an ornament for the world itself, the Villiputtur. It is Periyalvar who established the supremacy of Sriman Narayana in Pandya kingdom by quoting the relevant Vedic scriptures and Purusha Suktam, and obtained his name conferred to him by the king as Bhattar. King Vallabhadeva announced the victory of Periyalvar. So, when Vishnu Chittar saw the Lord who was overwhelmed with the conferring of this Bhattar to Periyalvar, Vishnu Chittar was also burst out with Vatsalyam. Why did you come outside? Why have you come here? The place is full of evil. People will cast evil glances on you. With such beauty epitomized, the people will have drishti on you. He bursts out like an affectionate, caring mother with full of vatsalyam and sang Mangala Sasanam, Pallande. To such greatest Periyalvar, there is a daughter, Shishya Andal, Goda, and it is her 30 verses which is the seed of all Vedas and Vedanta. It is Vedam Anaittukkum Vitte. It is made in simple, chaste, very lucid, sweet Tamil verses, easily understood by even less literate people. This is sung by one who is devoted right from her birth. Sri Krishna himself forgot the divine name Narayana in his entire Gita. There is no name Narayana in the entire Gita, but Andal starts with Narayanane, Namakke Paraitaruman. It is Narayana who will give us what we ask for. The entire Gita does not mention about Mahalakshmi. He has forgotten her. But our Goda never leaves her Tiru. Yengum Tiruvarul Petri Inburuvar Embavai. செங்கன் திருமுகத்து செல்வ திருமாலால் எங்கும் திருவருள் பெற்று என்பொருவர் எம்பாவாய். You will be blessed. Those who reside Tiruppavai will be blessed with grace of Mahalakshmi at all places, here as well as in Sri Vaikuntham at all times. Those who are capable of singing can sing these simply lovely pasurams in different ragas and set to different thalam. If one recites 30 verses daily without mistake, he or she will be blessed with Sakala Saubhagyam here on this earth by the Lord Sriman Narayana, who has 4 broad shoulders which hug the most beautiful Mahalakshmi, who is adorned with most beautiful and most valuable ornaments, who has red lotus eyes extending up to the ears, accentuating divinely charming Tirumukam. He has the Leela Vibhuti and Nitya Vibhuti under his control at all times, such as Sarveshwaran. The reciters will be blessed with Sri Vaikuntha Prapti at the end of that life. He would place those reciters on his lap first, hugging them, inquiring them lovingly and caringly, and later let them enjoy serving him eternally at his lotus feet. Andal thus blesses us, the reciters, so much so. Madhavanai Irainji. It shows the first half of Dvaya Mantram. Shelva Tirumalal Yengum Tiruvarul Petri Inburuvar shows the second half of Dvaya Mantram. Sri Devi and her spouse Sriman Narayana will grant us all Mangalams, all auspiciousness. And hence do not forget to recite Tiruppavai daily. This is the essence of all Vedas. In fact, Parasara Bhattar mentions that one needs to recite this Tiruppavai without fail every day. The great Acharyan Parasara Bhattar, who is the son of Kurattalvan, has observed appropriately that we should get up early in the morning and recite the 30 pasuram. If that were not possible, no time, we should at least recite the Chitram Chirigalai pasuram. If even that were not possible, we should think of the joy we had in reciting the pasuram and listening to the meanings about them in earlier times. Parasara Bhattar, the one who composed the Taniyan of Tiruppavai, Neela Tungastanagirithati Suddhamudbhotya Krishnam, he revealed to us that the grace of the Lord, Sriman Narayana, is sure to befall on us by listening to the recitation of his Pirati's Tiruppavai. So, the Tiruppavai is such a great, wonderful pasuram, grantham, and one should never ever fail to recite this Tiruppavai. Adiyan, Andal Trivadigalai Sharanam, Kavitarkika Simhaya Kalyana Gunashaline, Srimate Venkatesaya Vedanta Gurave Namaha. Dhanyosmi.
திருவாடிப்பூரத்தில் ஜெகத்துதித்தாள் வாழியே, திருப்பாவை 30 செப்பினாள் வாழியே, பெரியாழ்வார் பெற்றெடுத்த பெண் பிள்ளை வாழியே, பெரும்பூதூர் மாமுனிக்கு பின்னானாள் வாழியே, 140 முன்னுரைத்தாள் வாழியே, உயரரங்கற்கே கண்ணி உகந்தளித்தாள் வாழியே, மறுவாரும் திருமல்லி வளநாடி வாழியே, வன்புதுவை நகர்கோதை மலர்ப்பதங்கள் வாழியே.